This is a massive problem and it continues to get worse. Let's discuss. Prescription medication shortages. Guys, it's getting real. We keep getting comments from all around the world, not just the country, all around the world. People are chiming in, leaving a lot of different comments on some of our older videos where we talk about mostly over-the-counter medicines. But it seems like prescription medicines are getting, there's many different reasons, which we're going to try and answer some of these questions together, okay, as we go along here. First, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, our Patriot Bald Eagle. If you have to hit pause on this video to get your coffee or whatever beverage you deem necessary, go ahead and do that now. This will most likely be a lengthy discussion. So, as prescription drug shortages can have a significant impact on patient care and treatment, some reasons for shortages include difficulty obtaining ingredients for the medication, packaging shortages such as for injection devices, and increased demand. Okay, now these are just three off the top here that I want to talk about for just a second. So, this has been going on for the last couple years, at least for what we've been hearing from some of our viewers who are diabetics, some of our viewers who have ADHD medicines, and a variety of others. And we're going to go over a lot of the ones that have been in short supply. And you can literally do what I'm doing here. You can follow along if you wish. Follow along on Google. I literally Googled prescription med shortage. Also, if you notice that there's been a lot of AI-generated overviews that have been on Google lately. There's been any updates, you will have a artificial intelligence overview of things, which it's that anyway. I don't know if they're just trying to kind of run that into play here. I don't really know. Again, I'm just a messenger in all this. We will be doing some paraphrasing, give some of my opinions, but we're going to go over all the different options because we've had thousands and thousands of comments on this over the last year. I want to just kind of, and there's been a lot of comments lately in some of our older videos. So if you are one of these, if you are somebody who is struggling getting your prescription medications, this is the video for you. If your prescription is out of stock, you can try these options. Communicate with your care team. I would think that that would be number one. Make sure you're in constant communication with your doctor, anyone who provides your medication. Maybe look if they don't have your medication in one spot. Make sure that your doctor is checking around to many different options, maybe some online options as well. Now, from what I understand, a lot of online options, there's some complications. Now, I don't know personally, okay, but people have said that there's issues with getting certain drugs through different states or maybe out of country. There could be some issues with that. Okay, I'm not too sure what those issues are. I've just heard that there are some issues with that. Just throwing that out there. Talk to your pharmacist. We just covered that. Try a different pharmacy. Covered that. Consider a mail order I pretty much covered all of these. Consider a generic form of the drug. I'm pretty sure we consider generic forms of the drug anyway. Okay, right? Because it's cheaper. And those could be ones that are in high demand because it is cheaper. You know, now if your insurance doesn't cover like the top or, you know, the name brand stuff, okay, then you may have to resort to a generic form. You know, and I know I don't have prescription medications, but I do for over-the-counter medicines. This is just me right here, okay? I don't buy Advil. I buy Kroger ibuprofen. I don't buy Tylenol. I buy Kroger acetaminophen. Or whatever, or Equate acetaminophen. You know, whichever's cheaper. It always works. It always seems to work. And when you look and you compare both boxes, they are the same thing. They're the exact same thing. Now, I know some people swear by name brands. I have heard over the years that with things like aspirin, it might be better to buy Bayer. I have heard from, the only time I've ever really heard where it's better to buy a name brand is Bayer aspirin. Now, I don't know. Feel free to leave it down in the comments if you use store brand aspirin. I don't use aspirin. So I don't know. I wanted to throw that out there. It's really the only one I've ever heard that people say you should get that. Most people who've left comments on the channel about this is usually viewers who have to take the low dose aspirin, the little baby aspirins. And they have all, most people have said, that have commented on it, have said that Bayer is what you use. And I know there's been a couple reasons, not really too sure on what those are. Make sure you let us know down in the comments. And that way, everything's information in this video today, that I'm trying to just answer some of these questions that everybody's been leaving. Again, I literally Googled prescription med shortage. So when you do that, you will literally be looking at the same thing I am right now. So, okay. Why is there a shortage of prescription drugs? Google says most drug manufacturers did not disclose the factors behind the shortages, the pharmacy group noted in its quarterly findings. Now, this major shortages that we are finding here are dating back from April of 2024. Okay, let me say that. For whatever reason, a major shortage has happened on different medicines. Now, this dates back before April 2024. But now is like the major, okay, this is way widespread here. Okay, very widespread. And now it's making national headlines. And it looks like this is actually part of a headline from CBS News. Most drug manufacturers did not disclose the factors behind the shortages, the pharmacy group noted in its quarterly findings, but experts have pointed to demand outstripping supplies, manufacturing constraints, and disruptions in supply lines for raw materials. Okay? It's kind of like with everything else right now, with all the different shortages of things. It's not just whether you see a physical shortage of something in the store, there could be a lot of things in play what take them so long to come back in. And that could be grains, wheat, oats, different things of why these products, and supply and demand. That's why we're seeing bread prices go up. I was at Aldi today, big surprise, no spoilers, except for I did notice that some of the breads are going up at Aldi. Not a big deal. It's only like 10 cents. We knew this. We've been talking about this for a while. We knew this was going to happen at Aldi. Great trip to Aldi, though. Make sure you check that video out in the morning. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, guys. If you like what we're doing on the channel, that like button, subscribe. All the different interactions, comments help our channel grow and spread our message out all around the world. Don't forget to share our videos with your family and friends, which is most important so they know what's going on. Okay. What to do if prescription medicine is out of stock? I think we kind of just went over that. Keep an open line of communication with your care team. Talk to the pharmacist. Try calling another chain to fill the prescription. This is sort of what we were talking about before, but there's a lot of insurance companies, but there's a lot of subsidiary insurance companies too that will search all different insurance companies. Might be a good idea to check some of these out as well, as they may actually have more information than just one insurance company. Because look at it this way. If I'm running a business, say I work for Blue Cross Blue Shield, okay, and you call me up and I'm like, oh, well, yeah, no, we have this here. It's going to take this long. The problem is that they're dealing with these certain groups, okay, and they're not going to want to lose your business at all. So they're going to tell you every little thing that you want to hear. Well, these companies that work for all insurance companies want your business, right? Just like Blue Cross and Blue Shield, but they're going to tell you what's the best choice, right? Because they figure if you're calling them, then you've probably already done your research with your old insurance company, right? I mean, that's how I look at it. So it might not be a bad idea to reach out to some of these different like medical assist programs, different subsidiaries of that literally, it's kind of like a staffing position for like temporary temporary work. It might be a bad example, but you know what I mean? It's a company that seeks out all other companies, right? To find you the deal you want. But more importantly, within the last few months here, make sure they connect you with you being able to get your medicine. Because that's number one. But you also want to make sure that you check in that. And I know that one thing that is on a checklist is that you want to be able to keep your same doctor, because that could be an issue as well. but you will have to go through like a list of things. You'll have to talk about your entire life basically and all that stuff, and then they'll seek things out and they'll find, different insurance. Maybe you may have to go through a different insurance plan, but you tell them everything that you want to keep. You want to keep your doctor, you want to keep spending this, you want to keep that, and then it'll take them like 24 hours or something, but they'll get that information, and it may not be what you want to hear, but like I said, the most important thing is that you're able to get your medicine at this point. Maybe, something to think about. Okay. Try an independent pharmacy. That's a good idea. There's independent pharmacies all around here. And I know that where we've heard many different issues with many different pharmacies, we have a couple of them. Some home, like mom and pop. Hey, some of these pharmacies over here, there's two very popular ones over here called Heart Pharmacy and Burnins Medical, which is a pharmacy, basically. And they are two very well-known private pharmacies on this side in Cincinnati here. And, a lot of people do business with them, and I've never heard any trouble with them. Some of the stuff might be a little more pricey, right? But if your insurance is covering it, then, hopefully you won't have to spend too much. But at this point, people talking about not being able to get some of their blood pressure medicine or insulin or some of these other things. Guys, this is serious. And, like I was saying, a lot of our viewers are coming in. Our channel is growing every day. Thank you all so much for that. We're getting a lot of viewers from some of our older videos now where information like this right here, we've been talking about prescription meds for over a year. And more over-the-counter medicines, but in those videos, we've had hundreds and hundreds of viewers talk about, hey, it's not just over-the-counter medicines, we can't get our prescription medicines. Now, a lot of people are saying they would get like 50% and then have to come back like another 2 weeks, and it would be like right down to the wire, making it very hard for, I know one of our longtime viewers was saying that they had to cancel their vacation or push it back, which, I know it worked out for you, but still shouldn't have to do that. And this should not be an issue. It should never be an issue. Let's see. Consider a mail-in pharmacy. Consider the generic form. We went over that. Try a different dosage or formulation of the same drug. Well, you gotta talk to your doctor about that. I don't know why that's even... yeah, I guess, but a different dosage? Yeah. Talk to your doctor about that. That's strange. I get it, and maybe, but, there's a reason why your doctor has you on the certain dosage that you do. Okay, let's see. What to do if pills are out of stock? It's pretty much obvious answers here. But, it's an issue. It's an issue, so we're going over it, guys. I answer the call here. Make a call to your healthcare provider. Have a heart-to-heart with your pharmacist. That's a light way of saying begging. Oh, geez. Investigate other treatment options. Try online, man. It's kind of the same answers for things. And then they go on to different, let's see. Okay. All right. Let's check this out. I want to get into the different drug shortages that we are seeing here. This is actually on the FDA's website. June 21st, 2024. There's a bunch of different shortages on here. I can't go over every one of them. Let's see, the notification. Oh, wait, no, that's for something else. Drug shortages can occur for many reasons. Just give an explanation of what we already know. Current and resolved drug shortages and discontinuations. Okay, so basically the FDA's website has a things that you can click on right here, which we're not going to go over these things, but they have a public portal for patients, healthcare providers, and organizations to report a drug shortage, and listed of extended use dates to assist with drug shortages. They have a extension, search extended use dates, and different things like that. They have their annual report on here dating back by 2023. Okay, so different options on here. Let's get out of this. This isn't what I was really looking for. I was reading an article before that was talking about each and every one that was an issue. I want to make sure we're checking which ones are in short supply. Okay. Okay. Okay, here's something. Drug shortages all-time high in the United States. There are 323 drugs with active shortages in the United States, surpassing the previous record high from 2014. Now, this is excessively higher, though. The organizations first started tracking drug shortages back in 2001. Active shortages previously peaked in 2014. So, let's see. Do drug shortages have reached record levels, hitting a new peak of 323. Same thing that tops that. National drug shortages. Okay. Let's do this right here. I'm just going to Google this. What prescription meds are in short supply? I was on something when I was reading this on my phone. There was like a whole list of them. Now I can't find it on my computer, of course. Okay. Let's see. 300. Okay. Acetaminophen has said that it's in short supply. Not surprised there. Not surprised. Okay, because what is Tylenol? Tylenol is acetaminophen. That's one we get a lot of comments on, especially from our Canadian viewers. We get a lot of comments from Canada that have a lot of trouble getting Tylenol, particularly children's Tylenol. Okay, now let's see. Diabetes medications. Most GLP-1RA medications, including Ozempic, Trulicity, Victoza, Saxenda, and Bydureon, are in short supply. And then they have the lorazepam. Lorazepam major has 2 milligram tablets on back order with an estimated release date of late May 2024. So this is back a little bit. So hopefully, if you have been waiting on those, hopefully they've arrived. Clonazepam is it has tablets on back order due to manufacturing issue, and Tramadol, which is it says they have not provided a reason for their shortage. I don't know, and they go on to basically say, okay, the top 5 classes of drugs and active shortages as of March 31st, 2024, according to the ASHP, are antimicrobials, which includes antibiotics. We've had some people say that they've been having trouble finding antibiotics. They've had to try different antibiotics. Maybe that's what they mean by some of the different ones. Like, I know, what's the one that there was a short supply of? It wasn't amoxicillin. I think it was like Clementin or something. It's like it's some kind of penicillin. Central nervous system drugs such as ADHD medications. This is one we heard from one of our viewers. It's CNS for short, central nervous system, ADHD medications. We do know that this has been going on for a while. These medications have been in short supply for a while now. Okay, here's the big one. Cancer medicines. We've had a few viewers that have had trouble getting different cancer medicines, like chemotherapy medications. And that's a big issue. That's a big problem. Let's see. Fluids and electrolytes. I don't know about that. Oxytocin, like hormones such as oxytocin is under short supply. And there's probably many more. Obviously, 320 medications is a lot. That's a lot. But, I'll tell you what, you really got to go down the rabbit hole of the internet here to try and find out, which ones are. Let's see. Okay. Some of these guys I can't even pronounce. Okay. All right. Basically, we got the gist of it, though. And I can tell you right now, the ones that we've heard most from our viewers have been insulin, which that's important, ain't it? Insulin. I know Ozempic is one of those that is a diabetic medication as well. It's been in short supply. I think that has a lot to do. There's been a lot of people saying that a lot of people use it for weight loss and stuff like that. It could be why that one's in short supply. I've heard that. Some people have said that in the comments. I'm not sure. I'm just passing along what I hear. But, you know, and the blood pressure. I'm surprised that the blood pressure thinners aren't in there. Blood pressure medication, because I've been hearing that as well. And I think that could be in part like what we were reading about before with changing the level, right? Because when I think of changing the level of medicine, I think of blood pressure medicine. Now that is something that you can, that sometimes your doctor has to kind of, work with in your body, because everybody's a little bit different. Everybody can't take the same kind of blood pressure medicine. So I wonder if that was kind of hinting toward that a little bit. I feel for us having 320 shortages on different prescription medicines, I figured that would be one at the top of the list, because that's one that we all know we're having issues with. That one and the diabetes, and again the ADHD one, that's been going on for a long time. That's been going on for probably a couple years. I know we had a longtime viewer that could not get the medication for your son for a long time, and he had to go to the hospital and everything like that to get it. And I guess there are some ways that you can get the medicine, like if it's an emergency, if you have to go to a hospital for something. I don't know. I mean, I guess that might be a way. If you can't get your medicine, if you can't get your insulin, if you can't, and again, yes, absolutely, stay in touch with your care provider and everything, because if you have cancer or something, you have to have your medicine. You have to be able to have your medicine, especially if you're on a program, right? I mean, that's an issue, and these issues need to get worked out, because these issues could be life-threatening, okay? And I'm not going down the complete dark side of the internet here to try and find out all the answers today. I know, thank you all for watching the coffee rant yesterday. I know sometimes I get passionate about a lot of these things, and it's upsetting. Some of it's upsetting, or depressing, or stressful. It really is, guys. And, I try to, I've been taking things that you guys have been talking about a lot in the comments, a lot of our viewers, longtime viewers and new viewers, kind of trying to put it together into different segments that we can just sit here and discuss and talk about these things. And maybe as we talk about them, maybe somebody will have answers, and, that's what the comment section's for. And, if you can help out somebody, just something, I know we talked about this the other day, but just something simple as gas. Whoever was putting up the gas prices of what you were getting in like Indiana and West, look how many people you saved. Like, you probably saved a bunch of people like $5 or $10. Maybe not that much, but I mean at least a few dollars, because the gas prices that you had said gone up to $3.69. Ours went up overnight, just like we said it would. And same thing with medicines. Okay, well, I get my medicine from here. Maybe you should check this out. Or somebody mentions where they're having an issue with, maybe somebody on the channel. We're reaching over 45,000 people here, usually more. And, over time. Sometimes videos take a while to, like this, videos that we've talked about over-the-counter medicines. More and more people are talking about how they can't get their prescription medicines now. I've gotten more comments on shortages of prescription medicines on our channel in the last few weeks than I have the entire length of what we've been talking about on the channel here. So that's what tells me it's becoming a major issue, because there's a lot of people that are seeking this out, finding our channel on the internet here and looking for answers. I wish I had all the answers. Let your comments down below. I hope this video helped a little bit. I know I'm just relaying the message. There's no answers that I have other than, what we kind of dove into here. Okay, but I just wanted to, touch base that I am paying attention, that I do hear you. I do hear your voice. I hear you guys. Even if you're coming in from an older video, I can see your comments. I know people have commented on newer videos saying, talking about things in the past and stuff. And sometimes, you may not, like, even when I'm watching a video or something, I may click on a YouTube video and it's like, wow, I can't believe that's happening. And then I find out it was like 2 years ago, and it's like, okay. And that's why I try to, the videos are dated. But that's why I'm talking about this right now, because we've had so many viewers come in and chat about this with the different prescription meds and over-the-counter medicines. We will continue to check on these things as we go along. Make sure you subscribe down below. Don't forget to hit that like button. Become part of the Dano team, as we are always trying to keep everybody in the know of everything as we go along. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.